Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with my Premium Inspiration Monday page for Scrap a Sketch. And I'm using a premium sketch. It's premium sketch number, I think, 154. And you won't know what that looks like unless you go out to the website and subscribe. And you'll and if you subscribe before the end of November, I believe you can still get November sketches, and this is one of them. Um, it's a deceptively simple sketch, and I chose it because it uses multiple photos, and I thought it would be adaptable to different sizes and shapes of photos. So I have just, let me push this back so I get a better view here. I have just distressed one edge of this branding strip. It's the branding strip for this piece of paper right here. In fact, the other side of this paper is that striped print. I debated whether to use maybe the striped paper, but in the end decided that I would use this. There is a strip at the bottom, and I'm going to make the strip at the bottom of mine maybe a little more important than the one in the sketch, because I'm going to do a title cluster down here, and I want to build this first so that I know how high the rest of the page needs to be. I'm going to put this frame here, and I'm going to put some liquid adhesive on it, kind of all around. And I have bought my adhesive that I like, which is art glitter glue, and it dries clear and matte. So I'm going to place it on there so that even through the frame you can see some of this border strip. And my title is going to be, "Hey Paul, love that smile." And the Paul I'm referring to is Paul McCartney, and the photos are from Allie and me at the Paul McCartney concert. Allie has been, I did a good job of introducing my grandkids to the Beatles at an early age. I got them, got them into Help and Hard Day's Night and Yellow Submarine. And Allie was just madly in love with Paul. She not only thought he was the cute Beatle, she thought he was her Beatle. and and so she just had her last month had her 24th birthday, and her parents, her mom and stepdad, got her tickets, 2 tickets to see Paul McCartney, and told her she could take anybody she wanted, and they expected her to take a date. And she took me instead. So I'm excited. I had a wonderful time, I will tell you. I'm not quite sure what color tickets I'm going to use down here. It kind of depends how, and I may not use them down here, I may use them up there. So just to kind of give you a little bit of information about the sketch, the line of photos is topped by a line of florals. Now, that's kind of a very vast generalization, and I'm going to go ahead and, okay, if I have this here, I think what I want to do is I have some ephemera flowers, and I thought if I cut this across there I could use both sides of it. So let me do that. There and there, let's say. And if I have those there, I have these rub-ons that I'd like to have kind of behind these. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this one rub-on. I'm not going to use that one, although I've been saving that one for this particular sketch. So, okay, I cut this kind of at an angle, and I'm going to kind of slide that right there, and this will also, that'll go kind of right there. So we'll do that, and maybe like that could actually go there, but then this rub-on would extend up over this. I suppose I could have it kind of down in there. That maybe is too much. I kind of like the simplicity of that. Although I believe this is crooked. Okay, let's, there, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, but I wanna put this down first. Where is my, I'm putting that there, while this is not down. So everything's gonna have to kind of fit together well here. All right, and now I want some foam on here. And then, let me see if that can go. I need to place this so that that shows behind it, but you don't see that it's cut. Okay, there. And then this kind of slides in under there. And this goes here, and then this is, I'm gonna have to be a little more careful here. So I'm gonna place this down. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and, do I want foam behind it? I think I do. And I have the perfect size piece here. And believe it or not, I didn't cut this piece of foam to go here. It's actually a leftover. So let me get this on straight. I think that's correct. Now, I'm gonna put this here, and then do I want to get it down? Let's see. There, and then now, well, okay, I'm going to use this acetate banner here. Therefore, I need this over some. This is going to go kind of a little off to the side, and then this will go that way. And what I'm going to do here to adhere this is I'm going to put a strip of this thin foam tape. It's thick, but it's narrow, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, I'm going to cut this off. I lined up the tape behind the gold piece there, so you shouldn't be able to see it. And I want that to go right there. And then I have this, which goes on top of there, which says this is how we do it. We stood up and danced and sang the words to every song. And I'm so proud that my 24-year-old granddaughter knows all those words. Okay, so now we have to do this. I have to get this back here where it belongs, and I have to get it adhered properly. Let's do that. I need to maybe move the page to get that done. So I want it down kind of this way. Yeah, let's do that. Not all of it shows, but there's enough of a hint of it to add that color. Okay, there we go. Whoops, I took that up too fast. Let me do that. And that didn't stay either. I'm just going to put it down as a kind of an accent. And let's see. I've got this, and there's this. I like this this little guy, but I need to find a word to go on it. And I'm kind of wanting to say I want it to be in black on there. So what does this say? These are kind of long phrases on here. My favorite part. Here's a part that when it says my favorite part, this was my favorite part of the concert when the pyrotechnics launched on Live and Let Die. Let's see. Shine like the stars. I'm going to use my favorite part. If I can find it again. My favorite part here. And I'm going to see if it fits. And if it doesn't, I'm going to exaggeratedly hang it off the side. So I did that. I'm going to put it on a piece of foam, a tiny piece of foam. And then I'm going to glue the post down with some liquid glue. Let me get that on here. let me go. That says my favorite part, and then that is going to stick to the background of the page. I've got, let's see, some more flowers. I've got this that says this. But I need white to show through so that you can read the words. Okay, let me see if I can get this on here. I'm maybe gonna put it on the side. That works. And then I have this number 3. I don't think, that doesn't have any particular significance, but I'm gonna add it. It's just an accent. And now let's see. I'm gonna put the red and gold tickets over here. Okay, we've got a lot of blue, and that kind of repeats the red and orange that are kind of down here. I have this little guy that could tie those together, and then I could have a let's see, I picked out a few of these bits. I kind of like that. How about if I did it this way? I like that. There we go. Okay, I like that. And to add that yellow flower elsewhere to kind of repeat it, I can't get it past that row of foam tape there. So I'm going to cut it in half and put it like that, and I will sneak another one in over here. So that just has some yellow flowers in the background. I have this and had thought I might use it here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use this little banner bit. I'm going to put it right here and here. And this has kind of got that there. I think I'm going to add a butterfly just for balance here. And I believe I'm done. There's I have this green butterfly, but it kind of doesn't really go with anything else there. I don't want to add this or this. So those things go off, back off to the side. I'm done, folks. I think there's, I had an idea to use maybe one of these, but I think I've used that 3 instead. This says my favorite part. I had thought about maybe trying to work this in here, but I think that might be too much. I kind of like this. I'm okay with that, and I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Be sure and check out www.scrapasketch.com. There are a couple books of sketches, and you can subscribe to sketches for a very inexpensive price for a monthly delivery of awesomeness. And you all know that Lisa's sketches are, the best out there, and you can kind of get the inside track on her latest and greatest ideas. And there are stencils some of which she designed for Dottie About Flair. You can get some of those. Those are kind of, if they're in stock, you can order those there. And let's see, what else do we have? There are, the printables. You will absolutely love the printables, because even if you have a bunch of name brand collections, these printables can kind of mix and match, and they augment. Let's say in your favorite collection you used up all the, I don't know, let's use butterflies as an example. There are tickets. This latest collection, you would have loved to have some tickets, and I know you can print them with a stamp and die cut them with a die, but if you don't happen to have those things, Lisa's got tickets in absolutely every color scheme you can imagine. I'm talking to you as I'm cleaning off my table, and so I apologize for that. I thank you for watching, and check it out. I think you'll like what you see. Bye.